We're now on day 3 of the self-portrait project, and our goal for today is to create the neck of our portrait as well as our lips and teeth. So to start off with, we're always going to start the same. Make sure other layers are locked so we don't accidentally put things on the wrong layer. Make a new layer and name it. So let's start with our neck. Now, obviously, depending if you're wearing a hoodie, the angle of your silhouette or your self-portrait, you may not need to make your neck, like maybe it's not visible, but most of us will have some sort of our neck showing. So good thing to do is make sure the neck is underneath the face layer, okay? So face and then neck here. And I'm going to be not very neat about the top of this because it's obviously going to, I'm going to make this way. Although my neck continues, I'm just for the sake of this video doing this shape here. Now the reason why I wasn't super precise is because it's underneath the head. No one's going to see that. Now what I want to do is steal my skin color, whatever your skin color is in your original photo. Now the problem is if I leave it like that, it just looks like a blob. What I want is my neck to be a hair or two darker than my skin tone. So to do that, I'm going to go to my properties panel, click on the fill, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on the little color mixer. And I have the letter CMYK here, right? And we remember that K stands for black. If I up this a little bit, it's just going to be a slightly darker version of my neck. I didn't up it much, just a few points. And now it looks like the shadow. It looks a little bit more natural as a neck. Now the next thing we want to create, I'm going to lock the neck, is our lips and teeth. So I'm going to put mouth, and I'm going to make sure it's obviously higher up. Now, depending if your mouth is open or closed, you will have to create, teeth or not. But I highly recommend you separate the top and bottom lip as two different shapes so that you can add shadows. And the reason why is that your lips will look really flat if it's just one shape. So we're going to start with our Cupid's bow, which is the part where your top lip meets there. Some people have it more pointed, some people have more rounded. And I'm going to just create kind of this shape here and go around the top lip. Remember, we can use our smooth tool that we learned the other day to help us out. I'm going to steal the color of my lips here. I think mine came out a little bumpy, so I'm just going to smooth out this little section here. Now I'm going to create the bottom part of my lips. I'm purposely going to overlap my bottom lip with my top lip to get a little bit of a shadow that I can use later. So you see how I'm kind of going over where the shapes meet. Now the reason why I'm doing that is I actually want the shape builder to help me with this. I'm going to select the bottom and the top lip. I'm going to take my shape builder and I want each one of these to be their own shape. So I'm just clicking on each piece, then deselecting. Okay, do you see these here? I'm going to do the same trick I did with the neck. Go to my properties panel and make this color just slightly darker. It'll look more like shadows between the top and the bottom lip. I can add more dimensions and things like that if I like, but I'm going to go on to my teeth. I highly recommend that if you want to make your teeth, you make individual teeth to give a little bit more control. So I'm going to draw what looks like a tooth. I'll draw another one. I'm going to send this behind the lip so I'm not really worried about the edges. Now obviously right now there's not much of a difference between the shapes because it's all white. So I like to take a white stroke and kind of make it a little off-white, like a hair off-white. It'll make the lines between the teeth look a little bit more, you see? Like it looks like lines between the teeth. If I want more finesse, I can do that as well and kind of edit it later, but that's how you make the lips. Now, if your mouth is open, you do want to consider the angle your mouth is in, and no matter what, separate your top and bottom lip so that they look like individual shapes so you can have that little shadow.